rebounding numbers in favor of Philly, 31 to 20.
When he gets his legs into his shot, his mechanics are excellent. Great. Oh my goodness, what a play.
Diving stop by Leonard.
Overplay. Oh my goodness, what a tremendous play.
It was 63-61. Here's Walker. Denied by...
Hey guys, it's Coach Andrew and welcome back to another video. If this is your first video with us, we are back. Hoops All-Stars is back, but virtual this year. So we'll continue to provide you with the tips and tricks you need to be successful at basketball and teach you guys how to play. So, if you guys can tell by the start of this video, today I will be helping you guys out with defense. Defense is the most important thing in basketball in any sport there is. Guys, you know this. Defense, it makes offense. You see that trophy right up there? Right there? That's my trophy for best defensive player to ever play basketball. That's me. And I'll be helping you guys out with learning how to play defensive well. So today we're going to have a little boot camp to make you guys some better defensive plays. At the start of this video, we saw Kawhi Leonard making some pretty sick defensive plays out there. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Defense, it's all about your IQ. So today, before we get started with the boot camp, I'm going to help you guys out with trying to up that basketball IQ, especially with the defense. So let's hop right into that. Just a little disclaimer from the trophy. I'm not actually the best defensive player in the world. That still belongs to Kawhi Leonard. But you know, I like to think I'm pretty close, and I want to help you guys become some really good defenders as well. So now we'll hop into the tips and tricks. Alright guys, so we're just going to cover some defensive tips and tricks so you can be like the best defender in the NBA, James Harden. Haha, I got you good. I mean Kawhi Leonard, like we saw at the beginning of this video. Alright, so let's get into the tips. Alright guys, to be a good defender, it's as much mentally as it is physically. In fact, I think it's a little more mentally. So I'm just going to go through some tips and tricks to help you guys out a little bit. So tip number one is if you have a taller defender, or sometimes if they're a good shooter, something you want to do is block their eyes so they can't shoot, so they can't see at all. Like look, the camera's the eyes. If I block it, you can't see nothing. So the shot won't go in. That's tip number one, guys. Alright guys, tip number two. You always want to have your eyes on the opponent and on the ball. You want to know where they both are at all times. Alright guys, this one actually pains me sometimes if I see you do this on defense. I want you to never, ever jump on the perimeter, okay? The only acceptable time is when they're already in the air because you're there for a late contest and you jump so you look like you're doing something good. But otherwise, never ever jump on the perimeter. You just want to run up to them for a closeout and put a hand up. I'll cover that later in this video so you know what I'm talking about. Alright guys, so you're new to basketball. You want to get better at defense. When you're playing, guard their best player. Instant way to get better. Practice makes perfect. If you're practicing against the best, you will become the best. Guys, never ever be scared. Sometimes you'll get crossed and dunked on, but you always got to be confident out there. Half a defense is mental. You got to think you can lock the other person up. Guys, you always got to be talking to your teammates out there, and you got to be listening to them too, because they're going to say stuff important. You got to tell them stuff important about what's going on in the game. Guys, do you know why I missed that? It's because it was a tough shot, and those are the kind of shots you want to be forcing the defense to take. Tough ones. Alright guys, when you're guarding your defender, what you want to do is you want to get low, get your arms out, you want to make yourself as wide as possible so it's harder for them to get by. And you always want to be watching their chest. If the chest turns this way, they're probably going to go that way. If the chest turns this way, they're probably going to go that way too. And you're also going to have very active hands. Alright guys, you're also going to want to have very active hands when you're playing defensive L. You always want to be trying to poke the ball loose, get the steal, but this is the most basic setup for guarding your defender while they're dribbling, alright? So if your defender goes out for the crossover like this, you're always wanting to have one hand down low, preventing the crossover, and the other hand up high like this, preventing them from blowing by you and doing a layup. And you can also like grab onto them a bit with this hand, but like don't let the ref see it, because it's a foul. Alright guys, that's it for the tips and tricks today, but there's so much more that I'll be covering in future videos. I was just giving you an example of a couple tricks to help you out with defense today. So let's get on to our defensive boot camp.
Welcome to boot camp, campers. I hope you didn't think this was going to be easy out here. We're working hard out here. Defense wins games.
Campers, we're starting off with 5 minutes of fire feet. And I'll hand it back to Coach Andrew. Alright campers, so this is how fire feet's going to work. If I point straight up in the air, you're going to jump up like doing a contest. If I point to the side, defensive slide. Other side, defensive slide. If I point down, do a push-up. And if I point forward, you run up and contest. And the whole time while you're doing this, your feet are on fire. Fire feet. Let's get started. To the side. To the side. Down. Up. Back. Up. Up. To the side. To the side. I hope your feet are on fire as much as mine, because we're only a minute in. Down. Down. Up. Forward. Backwards. To the side. To the side. To the side. To the side. Down. Forwards. Backwards. Up. Up. Down. Up. Up. To the side. To the side. Up. Keep those fire feet going, campers. It's only getting easier. Down. 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 Forward. Backwards. Fire feet. Let's go. Up. To the side. To the side. Forward. Backwards. Always keep your fire feet going. Up. Up. Down. Alright, you know what, campers? I'm pretty buzzed, so we're gonna call it at 3 minutes. Alright, you're done. You're done. Alright, campers, that was a really good job with fire feet. Coach Andrew had some trouble, but I'm sure you guys did alright. Now, we're going to be moving on to closeout and defensive slide drills. Coach Andrew will take over momentarily. Alright guys, so we're going to be doing a closeout and defensive slide drill. So we already did
it a little bit when we were doing the fire feet, but I'm just going to explain it to you better this time. So on a closeout, what you want to do is, so the camera is going to be the defender. And let's say I'm standing back here. What you want to do is close out, run up, shuffle your feet, and put a hand up, just like that. And for the defensive slide, you're going to want to get low in defensive position, and you're going to want to shuffle to the sides. You want to be as wide as possible, arms out, feet just a little bit more than shoulder width apart. Be kind of low, bent down a little. You never want your feet to touch. They'll throw you off balance. So when you're sliding, you always want your feet to never touch. So this is how the drill is going to work. So we're going to be starting on the underneath the basket. And when I say go, what you're going to do is run up the closeout on helmet number 1. You can use cones, shoes, helmet. I'm using helmets. Use whatever you got out here. And so you're going to close out on helmet number 1. Shuffle to helmet number 2. Shuffle it to helmet number 3. And then shuffle the helmet back up to helmet number 1. And then you're going to backslide back to underneath the basket. And we're going to do this 5 times. So let's get started. Alright campers, that was a good drill number 1. These drills get kind of tiring, so take like 30-second minute break in between drills. Pause the video if you have to. And for that drill, what we were working on, to recap, was a closeout and our defensive slide. You guys did a great job, I already know. Alright guys, so another super important thing for defense is your core. A strong core means strong balance on the court, and balance is super important when playing defense. So for the last part of this video, before we do our daily trick shot, I'll be doing a 3.5-4 minute ab workout. You can do this every day. It'll really help strengthen your core, make your balance a lot better. Let's get into it. Alright campers, ab workout, let's go. Alright guys, so we're going to do a plank workout. In between each exercise, I want you guys to take a 30-second break. In the video, you just got to pause it because I'm just going to show it the full thing throughout. Let's get started. Alright guys, first exercise, normal plank on your hands, 30 seconds. Let's go.
Go.
Alright guys, next exercise, full plank, 30 seconds. Alright guys, next one's a little hard. Even though I mess up sometimes, it's side plank. What you want to do, get on the side like this, one hand, one arm in the air, and hold it for 30 seconds. Alright, 3, 2, 1, let's start. You thought we were done with side plank, campers. Joke's on you. Other side now. 30 seconds. Get it started. Feel the burn. Alright campers, for this next one, you're going to do as many push-ups as you can. For the video's sake, I'm going to do 10. And then you're going to hold a plank for 30 seconds. Immediately after, no break after the push-ups. As many as you can, but for the video's sake, I'm going to do 10. And then hold 30-second plank. Let's get started. Then into 30-second plank. Alright campers, that's just a little 3-4 minute ab exercise you can do to keep your core strong. You can do that every day. It'll help you out a lot with defense. So for this last defensive drill, I want you to grab your friend, your buddy, and you're going to play one-on-one. You're going to give them the ball first, and you're going to lock them up. You're going to take everything we learned today, you can absolutely lock them up. They won't score because I just made you into the best defender there ever is. Alright guys, so we reached the end of this video, and I hope you leave a like, subscribe if you like the video, and I hope you take my defensive tips and drills, put it into your game, because I'm telling you right now, you play good defense, you will get minutes. Coach will play you. Everyone loves defense. So I'll catch you in the next one. Alright guys, today's mandatory trick shot is a bounce shot. Alright guys, I tried that trick shot like 100 times. That was the closest I got. So let me know if you guys can do it. But if not, I hope I catch you in the next video. See you later.